My name is Sergeant First Class Retired Don Francisco, and I'm a volunteer at the National Museum of the United States Army, and I'm a soldier for life. I wanted to volunteer at the museum for multiple reasons. I have my little catchphrase I use: faith, family, and the fallen. I have a close attachment with the Army chaplains. I've worked with them with prayer breakfast, running. They've helped me to grow militarily, spiritually, emotionally, intellectually. And also my family, of course, my wife, being an Army spouse, very supportive. I'm very grateful for all of her support, and our two sons. And then the fallen, those who are no longer with us, to honor them, to realize there's some of those giants whose shoulder I stand upon. So, and there are other reasons, but those are the three fundamental reasons for volunteering at the museum, from meeting and greeting our guests from all around the country and the world, to sharing stories and living and learning through history. Wow, that is a very difficult question. My favorite artifact, being a retired military musician, of course, I love the fife, the drum, and the bugle. That goes without saying. But others would be like the Cobra King tank. Some of the exhibits in the various galleries, the helmet, Sergeant York, that is a whole different conversation and interview, because I could go on and on. But just to highlight why I chose the fife and drum, not just being a musician, but communication is so important. The fifes and drums and bugles would sound calls. To think, if those fifes and drums could talk on the battlefield, the things they would be saying: reveille, retreat, advance, water call, wood call, church call. They're like sending a text, tweet, or instant messages. They were the communication, the voice of the commander back then. My favorite part about volunteering at the museum is meeting others, hearing their stories, and knowing the Army story and continuing to learn the Army story, and seeing how these stories intertwine, the two become one. And also just the surprises that come up. Matter of fact, as volunteers, we have different little assignments, and one of them is surprise me. I like that one because I'm spontaneous. I like the spontaneity of it, being a spontaneous person, adapting and adjusting, learning new information. I have friends from all age groups, various cultures, ethnicities, races, and just learning. So that'll be fun for me. That'll be very exciting. One of my favorite things is meeting and greeting our guests as a VEA, Visitor Engagement Ambassador. Eventually, I'm looking forward to becoming a docent, and that'll be neat also. So my full-time job, when not volunteering at the museum, I work at Mount Vernon, our first president, General Washington's home and estate, as resident fife and history interpreter. So just some of the behind the scene or behind stories that you may not know about during a Revolutionary War. For example, African Americans had many different roles. Some you may know of, some you may not. Some chose to fight as patriots, some chose to fight as loyalists, and some went up to Canada. And there's even other stories. I want to highlight one particular free African American named Brazilia Lou. He was a fifer. He was in the French and Indian War. He was also at the Battle of Bunker Hill. Now, this is an amazing story. You can look him up. You can read about him online in the Groton, Massachusetts area. And he has a rich military history, even descendants that have fought in World War II and World War I and all. So that's a neat story, seeing how he was like a war within a war. You had the patriots fighting and the loyalists going against each other, and you had to make tough choices. So that's a very interesting and exciting story to me. Also, I found out about a William Stives, who was with General Washington at Valley Forge as a fifer. I love the John Greenwood story. uh, the one who grows up to become the dentist for General Washington as a young boy, he was also a fifer. And as drummer boys, I love the story about the 11-year-old drummer boy that received the Medal of Honor. I joined the Army because I had just graduated from high school and I was considering college. It was a little complicated, funding, scholarships. And this I know about myself. I could not sit out a semester. The gap year thing was not for me. I needed to be involved in something. And I come from a very beautiful, large family. And I said, you know, it's time for me to spread my wings and make some room in the house. There's a dozen of us. I'm my mother's baby boy. But I wanted to reach out. I wanted to do something different. I like physical training, and that was a chance to get in shape as a musician, running. And I hadn't traveled much. I wanted to see different parts of the country. Wanted to meet new people, get a little exposure. Education through a book is great, nice. There's also education that comes from dealing with people, learning, interaction, socialization, other cultures. So that was a big reason for joining the Army, that excitement of something new, something different. So as a member of the 3rd United States Infantry Regiment, the Old Guard, escort to the President, we perform various jobs at the Capitol, Pentagon, and White House. One job that's near and dear to my heart is performing for the late President Nelson Mandela of South Africa. I was about 27 years old. President Nelson Mandela had been in jail for 27 years, and here I am marching with President Nelson Mandela and President Clinton at the White House. It was very humbling. I enjoyed playing for the Pope, the Queen, various heads of states, and also back to the days of Fort Polk, Louisiana, with the 5th Infantry Division Band. Fort Polk, well, it was the 5th Infantry Division Band then. Now it's the Joint Forces Training Center. But I received some great fundamental training from there, be it division passing reviews. Those are some very special long ceremonies, very special memories. But it all worked together, one team, one dream. Teamwork makes the dream work. So those things help set me up for success, which is an onward, continual journey. I would like others to learn from my experience with the Army that it's amazing what we can do when we work together in harmony, even when we have some disagreements, learning from one another, learning when to play first fiddle or fourth fiddle, but knowing your part, being a good follower, being a good leader, taking suggestions, learning from one another. So I would like them to see how much strength there is in the diversity in the Army. And I sometimes have to pinch myself. I'm just blown away by the opportunities the Army has presented me. Take advantage of these opportunities, be it your education, a semester off to go to school. I was very blessed and fortunate to have a semester off as I re-enlisted. There's so many hidden treasures and gems out there in the Army, be it changing career fields, but finding that goal, by knowing your strength and knowing your weakness also and learning from them. As far as worth the wait, I do believe our guests will be blown away by the movie, the presentation movie that's so well done. And I don't want to give it away with any spoilers, but it's a really beautiful timeline with the Army values interweaved, intertwined there. That's definitely worth the wait. The Medal of Honor Garden is, wow, speechless. And then just looking out over the parade field, the grounds as you're up there. The art gallery, I really enjoyed walking to. The soldiers work as artists. Some are life-size, some are small exhibits. Wow, I don't even know where to begin. There's so many awesome, cool things looking forward to wait that are so well worth the wait.